Good day, everyone. At this time, let us talk about malaria disease caused by protozoans.
Malaria is a serious and sometimes fatal disease caused by a parasite that is spread by a mosquito species that feeds on humans. Malaria is a fever illness caused by Plasmodium parasites that transmitted to humans by mosquito bites from infected female Anopheles mosquitoes. Human malaria is caused by five parasite species, two of which are Plasmodium falciparum and Plasmodium vivax are the most dangerous. The malaria parasite Plasmodium falciparum is the deadliest and most common on the African continent. In most places outside of sub-Saharan Africa, Plasmodium vivax is the most common malaria parasite. In 2020, there were an estimated 241 million cases of malaria worldwide. Malaria is a life-threatening disease caused by parasites that are transmitted to people through the bites of the infected female Anopheles mosquitoes. It is preventable and curable. The estimated number of malaria deaths stood at 627,000 in 2020. The whole African region carries a disproportionate high share of the global malaria burden. In 2020, the region was home to 95% of malaria cases and 96% of malaria deaths. Children under 5 accounted for about 80% of all malaria deaths in the region.
Malaria
Is commonly divided into three categories: asymptomatic, uncomplicated, and severe. All Plasmodium species can induce asymptomatic malaria, which means the patient has circulating parasites but no symptoms. All Plasmodium species can produce uncomplicated malaria. The symptoms usually appear 7 to 10 days after the insect bite. Kingdom, Protesta or Animalia. Subkingdom, Protozoa. Phylum, Apicomplexa. Class, Sporozoa. Subclass, Coccidia. Order, Urococcidia. Suborder, Emerina. Family, Plasmodidae. Genus, Plasmodium. Species, Falciparum vivax, Malaria and Ovid. Characteristics, clinical features, and pathology of malaria. The characteristics of malaria is fever caused by the release of toxins which stimulates the secretion of cytokines from leukocytes and other cells. Incubation period 6 to 19 days. The classical attacks last 6 to 10 hours. A cold stage, sensation of cold shivering. A hot stage, fever, headaches, joint and muscle pain, vomiting, seizures in young children. And finally, a sweating stage. Sweats, return to normal temperature, tiredness. Hosts or host range. Malaria parasites infect a wide range of vertebrate hosts such as reptiles, birds, and mammals. It also transmitted to human hosts. Pathogenesis or modes of infection and transmission. Malaria is spread through the bite of a female Anopheles mosquito carrying the parasite. Only Anopheles mosquitoes are capable of transmitting malaria, and they must have been infected through a prior blood meal from an infected human. Other possible means of infection include transfusions of infected blood and the use of contaminated needles and syringe. Malaria can also be transmitted from parent to child.
symptoms, prevention, control, and treatment. The symptoms of the disease include fever, vomiting, and headache. The major current measures are centered on reducing mosquito-human interaction, killing larvae through environmental management, and the use of larvicides, or mosquito larvae predators, and killing adult mosquitoes by indoor residual spraying and insecticide treatment bed nets. Malaria is treatable with pharmaceutical medications. The type of medication used and the length of treatment are determined by the type of malaria, the location where the person was infected, their age if they are pregnant, and how sick they are when they begin treatment. Because of its rapid onset of action, artemether lumenfantrine is the chosen antimalarial for interim oral treatments. Antivicaine, proguanil, quinine, and mifloquine are some of the other oral alternatives. In conclusion, malaria is a life-threatening disease that leads to millions of deaths. It is deadly but preventable disease which could be totally eradicated if necessary preventive measures are taken, especially at the primary level.